Hey, welcome back to the channel. Me, your host, Jake Monroe. Don't forget, like the video, engage with it, okay? Prove to YouTube you ain't a bot. Like the video, engage in the comments section, and as an extra incentive, I will be in the comments section for the first hour that this video is live. If you've got something you want to ask me, something you want to say, I'm gonna be in the comments section to reply to you, so let's go. So drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and let's help get this channel healthy again. Anyway, today we're doing metal on TikTok. It's always a mixed bag, isn't it?
Randall, there is a cow outside.
There's a cow farm. You're gonna find cows outside.
I do love that soundbite. It's so very, very funny. But yes, I mean, black metal, I mean, if you've seen this documentary here, yeah, a lot of it is just all about trying to piss people off as much as humanly possible. But it's not even just about Satanism, man. There's like National Socialist black metal, isn't there? I think what black metal stands for, I think, is far exceeds how good it sounds. Now, you guys remember that I did do like a couple of black metal reaction videos, and I even tried to get into black metal again because I always had like this long-standing disdain for the music. As a producer myself, I was like, why would you make music that sounds so bloody awful? And I was like, you know what, it's been so long, maybe I just got exposed to like stuff that wasn't as good. And even back in the day, I did listen to Satyricon and stuff. It's like, I thought that was okay, but like, it never really got better than that. So then I like delved into it and I was like, yeah, this is pretty bad. I really did try. I really did. A lot of black metal is just not, it's not for me, okay? I know I called it bad, but again, there is a value to black metal that is of no use to me. Black metal fans are valid in liking it. They are seeing the true value of black metal, which is everything that is not how it sounds. It's like a rich tapestry to black metal, which is why people are so dedicated to it. But yeah, it is. This is my problem with liberals and Gen Z lib types. Gen Z libs, you know, the ones that ruined it, the ones that ruined liberalism. Whenever they discover black metal, they have like this, why am I picking up bits of plastic? They have like this usual thing where like, if something in their world does not match their view or does not agree with their way of life, it needs to be fixed, erased. It needs to be purified so that it's not problematic, which is why you see like a lot of idiot Zoomer kids just like complaining about like the black metal scene having a so-and-so problem. It's like, it's problematic that this is here and then that this type of black metal exists. It's like, just don't listen to it then. Just don't get into it then. Just don't support it then. Just stay the hell away from it. You don't have to manipulate and change everything so that it matches, it fits you and the way you think. That TikTok is right. It's like, it's black metal. There's gonna be crazy shit in it. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. I know you were looking for another fun, quirky thing to get into this summer, inspired by something you saw on TikTok or maybe even Netflix. There's dust floated in my face. But maybe black metal is too hard for you. Just leave it alone. I wish people would leave things alone. Like a lot more often. This morality police pisses me off, man. Well, that's not what I think. Yes, welcome to the world. It's not quite well done. A little bit of time stretching could have been done to either the vocals or even the backing track to get that to really hit, but I get the point. Family disappointment aside, I can't wait for Christmas this year. I can't wait for Halloween this year. Look, as the years have gone on, I've gone full dad. I'm dad moding whenever I'm not sitting here being an absolute goth stud. No, your boy's arranging beach trips, going to school nativity plays, helping to organize birthday parties for little kids, shoulder rides, and playing Sonic the Hedgehog on Switch. And ever since I became dad goth, the holidays has become so much more important to me. Like, if you've ever, I know I'm going completely off topic here, but this is kind of the thing that I do here. If you have ever sat there and wished with all your heart to recapture the magic of what it was like to be a kid, it's like, oh, I wish I could be 8 years old, waking up on Christmas morning again. Oh, there's the magic. My daddy would be doing this and mommy would be in the kitchen doing that. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, but you kind of get the point, right? Do you ever wish you could recapture those beautiful, innocent, wholesome moments of your life again? You could just revisit that. Well, now you can for the low price of having a child. It's not that low. It's actually quite expensive. But if you have a kid, if you have children, you get to see it all over again. You get to see it all over again. It is the closest you can get to revisiting the true magic of being a kid again. When you see it on your kid's face and you relive it every moment. And here's how it's better, right? Because you're the parent, you're in control of the magic. You're in control of the amount of magic that's there. So you can go ham, right? Decorate the hell out of the house, make it smell like cookies and cinnamon. You can do like all the Santa stuff. It's like, oh, I'm getting a call from Santa, but it's actually just your dad, who's now granddad, pretending to be Santa. It's like, yep, no, he's been a good boy this year, yep. And your kid can hear Santa on the phone. Oh my God, magic. Leaving the cookie and the milk out the night before Christmas, like, oh my God, he ate it. It's you. You did that. It's even better now. Christmas, Halloween, this stuff's the best, man. You ever wanted to go back out trick-or-treating? It's like, I can't go trick-or-treating as a 35-year-old man. That's weird. It's not weird if you're going trick-or-treating with your kid, though. Helping him try on his outfit, putting the costume together, going up to the doors with him, seeing how much fun he's having with all the other kids trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, getting him hyped about how much candy he's got in his bucket. That shit's the best. You get to go trick-or-treating again. All your favorite shit from when you were a kid, you get to do it again when you have a kid. It's the best.
I have to go to work.
You see, no, I've thought about this. For me personally, it was my dad that was into like all the old rock stuff. My dad was a big rocker back in the day. He even auditioned for Thin Lizzy. That's not even a joke, he did. And then I was born and then he had to leave. That's real. That's the real thing. But then all my dad's friends were like rockers and like into old 80s and 70s metal and shit like that. So for a lot of people's grandparents, especially the grandfathers, they probably would have been into some like that old shit, you know what I'm saying? When Ozzy hit the scene, Black Sabbath was kicking out tunes, when all that good shit took off at the end of the 60s and all through the 70s, man. And do you know what's weird? And this is what I was referencing before I started on this massive tangent here. We're gonna reach a moment where us now are going to be old as grandparents one day. And like, imagine your granddad coming over and he's like a huge Deer and Grey fan, or loves Lorna Shore, right? It's like 2070 or something, and his grandparents like getting all teary-eyed over Hellfire by Lorna Shore. Oh, I remember this blasting out of my Tesla Cybertruck back in the day. That was quite the rebel, you know. Yes, I'm sure, Granddad, yes. Obviously, by this point, music would have died out because people would have been completely and utterly disenchanted by AI slop music. When the charts were completely overtaken by AI slop music, actual musicians stopped making music, so AI had nothing to reference anymore, so it started to reference itself, and then it just degraded over time. And the music turned to shit. And then by the time AI had completely and utterly destroyed the entire artistic field of music, humans no longer had the ability to even make music anymore anyway. So yeah, music's probably going to die out. People seem to forget that AI is unable to actually create its own stuff. It's only ever referencing stuff that humans have made. Whenever humans stop making this stuff, because the markets have been completely oversaturated by AI, there's no way to monetarily sustain yourself within these professions anymore, so they just stop. AI then will have nothing new, nothing left to reference in order to generate its slop. So then it resorts to generating off its own shit. And since that's the equivalent of eating your own shit over and over again, eventually all the nutrients are gone and you're just eating shit. How the hell did I get on this rant? Unbelievable. I'd love to see someone make a flowchart of how I get onto these topics. Do you know what this is? Do you know what has done this to me, man? It's years of streaming. Years of streaming. I've got like at least 2 full months of streaming under my belt, probably. In fact, longer, because I streamed on Twitch for years before I streamed here on YouTube. So there is like undocumented amounts of streaming. It's streaming that's done this to me. Streaming and just over 10 years of doing YouTube has done this to me. The ability to hear one small minor thing and then go on a massive tangent about everything. Is it a good thing? I don't know.
And there we go. All finished.
Do I look like a real boy, Papa?
The Meat Canyon shit. I mean, yeah, it's a very male-dominated subculture, you know. The outfits are going to reflect the largest demographic that partakes in the subculture, you know. A lot of metal chicks, man, they dress like dudes. Sometimes they do make things skimpier. In fact, a lot of the times they make it skimpier. Why do metal chicks have huge tits all the time? What is that about? What is about the metal and gothic scene that just attracts huge racked women? But I don't want to talk about boobies, man. I'm not a big boobie fan. I'm not a big boobie guy. People know this about me. I will never see a big pair of boobies and go, ooh, lovely. It's not something I've been interested in ever in my life. But I think this might actually be the reason why metal aesthetic kind of just stopped being a thing for ages. Because men kind of are responsible for the aesthetic of metal at all times. It's a very male-dominated subculture. They're going to be dictating what the current decade's aesthetic for the subculture is going to be. But with the 80s being the most awesome time in metal, because you had like hair metal and you had death was becoming a thing, thrash, there's like loads of really cool aesthetics being applied because it was a very flamboyant time in metal. And hell, even the 90s had its look, you know, like the baggy jeans and the giant black t-shirts and stuff. Some of the aesthetic in the 90s was even dipping into some gothic looking shit. I mean, just look at the new metal stuff. Well, it was quite gothic. But then something happened, man. Like the 2000s, you had your skinny jeans and your tank tops and these shirts that were everywhere. And then something happened after 2010. The aesthetic just dropped. The aesthetic disappeared entirely. It was just jeans and a black shirt. That was it. The aesthetic vanished. Metal after 2010 became the most aesthetically barren period in metal ever, and I don't think it's ever really recovered. Metalheads started dressing like hipsters that go to coffee shops. Right? You know, just like a flannel shirt, maybe a white t-shirt underneath that, and, you know, just like a pair of jeans or chinos or something. You wouldn't even know I listen to metal. It's like, yeah, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. Metal needs an aesthetic again, man. I think it really does. Everything needs an aesthetic. If it's a subculture, it needs an aesthetic. Yeah, you can have an audio aspect of the subculture. A lot of it is that, but how do the bands look? It's how the bands look that inspire the fans to also look a certain way. It's important, I think. When you think about it, screaming, like metal screaming, and not even screaming like gutturals and stuff like that, is the weirdest shit. It's super weird. Like music, you know, this thing that's meant to sound beautiful and pretty, and people spend their entire lives becoming amazing guitarists or violinists or singers, operatic singers. And then for a style of music to not only develop something like metal screaming, but to create a technique for it that doesn't even sound like just a human yelling, sounds like a demon. But for this subculture to be absolutely insanely prolific and globally popular, what a weird thing. You would think music where the guy is yelling his head off would have absolutely no value to anyone ever, and yet it's a subgenre of music that has one of the most dedicated global fan bases. It's insane. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I had a blast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, engage with the video. We need to fix whatever the hell's going on with YouTube at the moment. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.